So y'all ain't never gonna let Arionne live down the fact that she a side chick, huh? Like I'm on this article from allaboutthetea.com and it talked about how, allegedly Martell and Carlos King are beefing about bringing Arionne on this show. You know me, I had to be nosy and read the comments. And this lady they said you can never normalize the whore. I'm like, oh my God. Like just straight out there with it. You can't wash the stink of being the other woman off of you like that. There's a decent way to remove yourself from one relationship to begin a new relationship. He didn't do that. He continued to lie to his wife and children, the people he said he was committed to loving and protecting. He's a big sham. And they also said, as a wife and a mother, so this is a woman, I will never normalize the side chick or the side piece. This is his affair partner, which destroyed his marriage and affected the stability and security of his children's lives. But what do you guys think? Do you guys feel like Martell is trying to bring Arionne on the show so him and Melody and Arionne can have these like sit downs and they be filmed for the public? And with Arionne being on the show, someone mentioned how that will alleviate his financial burden because she'll be getting her own bag off the show instead of him having to give her all his child support, allegedly. So what do you guys think of that? But honestly, this discussion made me think deeper. Who came first? It's that chicken and the egg thing. What came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first, the side chick or the cheating man? Because I'm trying to figure this out. Do we blame the side chick or do we blame the man? So do men create side chicks or do side chicks create unfaithful husbands? That's what I would like to know. And that's what I'm thinking about because honestly and truly, I'm not saying that Arionne doesn't deserve blame, but I kind of, no, well, when I think about it, it is about equal, but you see how like redemptive Martell was able to be? You see, it was other women that gave him a platform talking about how he's a survivor in a magazine. You see that? But I think for the most part, you see like this lady called Arionne a whore. And I'm not here to debate whether she is or she isn't, but you see that? Like, that's how come I'm really trying to figure it out. Would Arionne even have a leg to stand on if Martell would have maintained his vows to his wife? Now, I'm not saying that these Jezebels don't be seductive and seductress and they got that thing, but don't you feel like it's the person that's in the marriage that should be held to a higher standard or have that restraint regardless? Because like I said, like I feel like somebody can't come through the door unless you open it, unless you already had a wandering eye, unless you was already trying to not be satisfied with the woman you got, when you decide to go for your 20 instead of your 80 kind of thing, so I feel like, are we ever going to let Arionne live this situation down? And not to say she doesn't deserve the backlash, or I don't even want to say deserve because I'm not God. I'm not here to judge on, what they say, like you can do what you want, but you don't get to decide the consequences of your choices. So I get that, but at the same time, I do feel like I bet you it'll be easier for Martell to get in a new relationship than her. I bet you. Even with the women that's saying all these things about how she's a whore, how she shouldn't have did that, it's still, as we can see, Sheree is willing to date him. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, dang. So is it really all Arionne's fault? That's all I'm trying to figure out. And that's all I kind of want to hear you guys weigh in about. Who came first? Is the side chicks to blame because they shouldn't be so seductive and talking about they gonna do to you what their wife don't? And
I would do to you what your wife don't do to you.
Are so
Come on, baby. Come on.
And that stuff, like, is it their fault or is it the man's fault for having a wandering eye, for feeling that there's something wrong? Because it always starts with I don't want to say a need. It always starts with you not being grateful. I think a lot of our choices, our decisions come out of like fear and not being content. I mean, I know I'm guilty of it too. Going ahead of God's timing for my life because I felt like something was wrong with what my current state. But I feel like before you make a move, and that's what I'm learning, before I make a move to truly be grateful for where I am, where God has me to be. Because like they said, where you are, no matter how good or bad you may think it is, especially if you think it's bad, somebody could be praying for it. You know, you may not like your house, but there's somebody homeless that would love to live where you live, would just absolutely love it. You may be sleeping on your air mattress, but it's somebody that's sleeping outside that would just love to trade places with you. Literally. You may not like the little extra pounds you got, but it's somebody that is like wishing for their next meal. So it's so many things to be grateful for. And sometimes I think that may unlock the key to where God is trying to bring you to next. Like literally gratefulness. We ain't gonna complain. We're just gonna be grateful for what we have. We may not have a lot, but you know what? I'm gonna use my mouth to praise and thank God for what I do have. I think Karen Clark said in the song one time, if I had 10,000 tongues, it wouldn't even be enough to thank you. Or that may be a scripture. See, y'all, I gotta get back into my Bible. But nevertheless, dang, I got off a tangent. What do you guys think? It was a whole thing. Like, is it Jezebel's fault or is it the men that, like, I don't know, that are seeking for something more that even created Jezebel? That's how come I think I talked to y'all about this before. That's how come I don't feel like it was right for people to sit up there and talk about Derek Jackson, alleged new side chick or whatever. Because that let me know these men say one thing, they want a little wholesome kind of lady, but at the end of the day, they be one, as they call them, thoughts too. They're not, y'all. These men are not fooling me no more. Y'all really not. No, I'm kidding. But you see what I'm saying, y'all? Like, I feel like, would Arionne even exist if like there wasn't a market for them to exist? You know what I mean? If men had all these great morals and stuff like that and these standards, or not, if some men had these great morals and standards, then I feel like an Arionne and side chicks wouldn't even be able to exist. They wouldn't even think about existing or whatever. But because they do, it kind of, to me, it makes me feel like there's a market for them. Obviously, somebody out there liking them, or they wouldn't be side chicks to begin with. It's only a side chick because the man is already in a relationship cheating on his wife or a girlfriend or whatever. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.
Met Synquette, man, a girl was heaven sent. Met Synquette, man, a girl was heaven sent.